Hey, fellow Leeds geeks out there in League Geeks land. This is Ryan Dorheim coming to you live. With us, as always, is Pete Kirby, who is apparently on a phone call and enjoying some awesome dumplings out in Seattle, Washington. Also, our fearless leader of the force and also Secret Knight, Jim Renfro. Also, my man on a mission, Cody Meyer, right over there. And the man with the beard and a smile, Eric Haig. Jim, what are we working on today?
Yeah, so today we're going to work on some pretty heavy stuff. So we're going to work on divorce, child death, other death, whether it's siblings, spouses, or parents. It's stuff you're going to run into sooner or later, either as an agent or as an ISA, and you need to know how to handle it. I've literally heard other people, quote unquote, script this, and it's painful. We always talk about connecting and collaborating and being emotionally intelligent and being able to connect with people. And we really wanted to show you how we kind of try to do that. We're not going to say we're sorry. We're going to talk about, hey, that sucks, and really try to feel what that person's feeling and let them know they're not alone. So up on the hot seat today is Eric wanted to work on this. So we're going to patch it over to him, and then he's going to let us know who he's calling in what order, and we'll go from there. Everybody's got their scenarios.
All right, I'll just start in the order we show up on the bottom. So I guess I'll be giving Cody a call.
Good.
Ring, ring.
Hello?
Cody?
Yes, who is this?
This is Eric Haig with Hatch Realty. I saw that you're looking at some home info on our website. Just wanted to check in and see if you're just curious or if you're maybe thinking about moving in the future.
I was looking at a couple places.
Okay, what's got you looking?
Just need a change of scenery.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Just looking to find a new place, get in a new town.
Okay, why is that?
Just need to get out of here. Kind of start a fresh chapter.
Okay, and where are you at right now, Cody? What town are you living in?
I'm in Moorhead, Minnesota.
Okay. Any ideas on where you want to go?
Really anywhere but here. Somewhere where I can find some veterinary jobs. If there's any larger veterinarians in your area, that would be preferable. I want to be close, stay in my industry, but just need to get out of here for a while.
Okay. And are you renting right now, or do you own a home?
I own a home.
Okay. Tell me a little bit about that. Would you be keeping that, or would you be selling it?
No, I wanna get rid of it. Yeah, I wanna sell it.
Okay. How long have you owned it, Cody?
We had it for about 6 years.
Okay.
Moved down here in about 6 years.
Who's we?
My wife and I had lived there.
Okay. And is she making the move with you as well?
No, Eric. She passed away.
Okay. Was that a recent thing, Cody?
Yeah, it was recent.
Okay. How are you doing with that? Are you holding up all right?
Not great.
Okay. Do you want to talk about it at all, or I understand if you don't, but
Not really. I'd just like to see if we can find a place.
absolutely, yeah. When are you hoping to make this move, Cody?
As soon as it can, really.
Okay. And you're talking about looking for veterinarian practices. Is that you work in the veterinarian industry then?
I do.
Okay. Have you talked to any any agents about what you might be able to list your home for or sell your home for?
I'm not really. I haven't, and I'm not really sure. We bought it when we first moved into town for just over 105,000. It was just our starter home. It was our first place together. So we were starting that first chapter.
Okay.
So we built up a little bit of equity, did some updates. I did put new cabinets in the kitchen. She really liked the kitchen and wanted newer cabinets when we got in. We both spent a lot of time in the kitchen together. So outside of that, I haven't really done many updates. A few minor cosmetic things. I don't know how much that would affect the price, but
Okay. Well, 2012 was definitely a good year to buy, so it's probably increased in value quite a bit.
Let's pause there. Eric, what could you have done differently there?
So when someone says they're looking for a change of scenery and talk about wanting to find a new place or a new town, I immediately go to divorce situations because they're a little more open. I felt like I had to be careful because I didn't know if he had him. He obviously didn't want to talk about it. So it's a hard balance between how much do you want to find out about this situation, and some people will totally shut down if you dig too deep. But I had the opening when he said we had it for 6 years. That's when I was able to dig more into it. So who is we? And then that's when he opened up saying that it was his wife who passed away. I don't know. I've never actually had to deal with a spouse passing away. I've had to deal with the child passing away, lots of divorce situations, and parents passing away and people selling because of mounting medical bills. So this one was a new one. It threw me for a little bit of a curve. But yeah, I think, I don't know, just maybe expressing more genuine concern and digging into how he was doing, because it sounded like he was not doing well, which is understandable.
Yeah. Cody, what's your feedback? Then I'll go.
So I have trouble role-playing SCs quite a bit. They're one of my weaker suits, and I have trouble talking to them. So sometimes it's a little bit harder for me to play that, so I apologize if I didn't really get that across. One thing that really threw me was when you asked, do you want to talk about it? And I don't know whether that's, this would be a Jim question, whether that's the right or wrong thing to say, but that definitely was like I hit a wall. I didn't see that one coming. No, I think you were trying to dig deeper. I think I was putting up a lot of walls, but I think had it gone longer, I think you would have really gotten into something. But no, it was good job.
So I think two questions that you asked, Eric, I probably wouldn't have asked. The one is, what was this recent? Like, that's just kind of, you stuck that knife in a little bit when you asked him, who was we, and remembering that. And so, recent or not, it still sucks.
Yeah.
It still sucks for people. Do you want to talk about it? I mean, no, his answer's already guarded. So you pretty much should know the answer to that already. I think I like the way you were just trying to dig and connect, but I think you already did connect with, hey, that sucks. So I think you maybe would have dug yourself in a hole a little bit with that. And the funny thing is, not funny, but all of these situations there are based on calls that I've actually had. Pete just had tons of these calls. I've had tons of these calls. Robbie's did. You guys have been on the job for, anywhere from 3 months like Ryan to 6 or 7 months like Cody and Eric, and all of us have had these calls, and you're going to continue to have these calls as agents and ISAs. So anybody else have any other feedback before we go on to next call?
Nope, I'm good. You covered it all.
All right. Pete, do you have anything? Or you just... All right. You're still muted, buddy.
Sorry, I didn't hear anything of any of the conversation because I was booking an awesome appointment because I kicked butt. I'll listen now, though.
He was over in Domino's. I'll let him fill you out.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Well, Ryan or Eric, excuse me, while you make your next call.
Okay, Jim, I'll be calling you. Yeah. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Jim.
Yeah.
This is Eric Haig with Hatch Realty. I saw that you're looking at some home info on our website and just wanted to check in and see if you're just curious or if you're maybe thinking about making a move in the future.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about it, Eric.
Okay. What's got you thinking about moving?
I can't do this anymore. I need to get out of here.
Okay, can't do what?
Just live where I'm currently living. Yeah, I just need to move pretty soon. So yeah.
Okay. Tell me more about that, Jim. What's going on?
Yeah, I'm just in the early stages of divorce. Need to move. So
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, that sucks. So is this as soon as a possible thing, or when are you thinking this is gonna take
yeah,
place?
I mean, I met with a bank already, and I'm pre-approved to go out and do it on my own, I guess. So yeah, probably need to get into a place as soon as possible. I know, they said closing dates are 6 weeks out, so probably I guess March around then.
Okay, yeah, that's about right. Um, have you talked to any other agents yet about helping you find a place?
I talked to my buddy Steve, but he's also friends with my ex, and so I'm don't really want to work with him. So
Okay, gotcha. Did you sign any papers with him, or?
no,
Okay.
no. I mean, this is it's pretty sudden, I guess. So I found out last week. So
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So Jim, what are you looking for in your next home? Yeah.
uh, I don't need much, man. Just 2 bedroom, 2 bath, I guess. Maybe heated garage would be nice. My budget's about 210, so
Okay.
around there.
Is there a certain area that you're trying to stay near?
As far away from North Fargo as possible.
Okay. Um, gotcha. And is it just you making the move, Jim, or you gonna have any?
Yeah, it's just me, Eric.
Okay. Didn't know if you were trying to stay in a certain school district or something for kids.
No, it's just me. It's my kids. We're still fighting about that. So
Okay, gotcha. What else are you looking for, Jim?
that's about it, Eric. Just need to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, well, Jim, one thing that we've done for a lot of people that are looking for that fresh start and need to make that move as soon as possible is just have
Let's
them.
pause there.
Okay. That was brutal.
Yeah, I played that pretty well.
Uh,
Connected with 2008 Jim there is what I did. So what was your feedback, Eric? What could you have done differently?
I don't know, because I've had a lot of these calls, and they're always hard. Obviously, I wanted to dig deeper when you said I just found out last week, but that's a sensitive area. Does he want to recount the story of how his marriage suddenly collapsed? So if he found out last week and is now pre-approved, obviously very serious, seems very to the point. But yeah, I would have liked to have dug into that to find out kind of what they were dealing with and what stage of the divorce process. I could have dug into part of me. I think the high D in me wanted to dig into whether or not you currently own a home and you're going to be selling that, but I felt like that was just inappropriate. You gave me the higher detail or the details. I know it was too soon to go for a close. I don't know. It was that was a tough one.
Yeah,
But-
the feedback I would have, it went a little too soon. You could have gone a little bit more of.
Mhm.
I felt that you felt awkward,
Yep, sure did.
and I felt that you felt like you weren't connected.
I definitely felt like that.
I think gosh, Jim, I can hear in your voice that sucks. How are you doing, man? I think if you would have said that one thing, it maybe would have changed the conversation a little bit. Hey, is it just you? Yeah, it's obviously just me because I'm going through a divorce. So,
Well, a lot of
sorry
times
about that.
when
Thank
I
you.
talk to divorcees too, it's tough because it's they'll be like, I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, all that, and then they'll be like, yeah, I want to stay in this school district because I'm still gonna have custody of the kids every other week. So what is a good way to ask whether or not this home needs to be, are we looking for a bachelor pad or are we looking for a bachelor pad for, that's also going to be a family home every other week?
So the way I would usually bring it up is, hey Jim, I mean, what do you want to be close to work, or where do you need to be? I know you said as far away from North Fargo as possible. What area do you need to be in a certain area of town? Is there any other considerations? Do you want to be close to work? What do you do? If there's kids and there's school districts, they'll bring that up.
Okay.
Because we don't want to go back to that fallacy of assuming, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to assume they had kids. There's a lot of people don't have kids now. It's less than 50%, I think, of married couples, if I remember right. Either that or I just pulled that out of my butt. I don't know.
Well, 73% of statistics are made up on the spot.
That's right. So either way, it's a pretty high percentage. So anybody else have any other feedback? Cody, Ryan, Pete?
Pete's trying to unmute his computer, it looks like. He just can't figure out technology.
No, yeah, it was. I thought it was good. I could tell, similar to what you said, Jim, that it was strained on your side, Eric. But I don't think, minus the, is it just you? I don't think that there was any big follies.
Okay. Should we go on to the next one?
Yeah, let's do one more.
Okay.
You can choose between Pete or Ryan. Both of them have a scenario. So
I'll call Pete because I feel like he's been neglected. All right. Ring, ring.
Hello?
Pete?
Yep.
This is Eric Haig with Hatch Realty. I saw that you were looking at some home info on our website and just want to check in and see if you're just looking or if you're maybe thinking about moving in the future.
No, I am needing to move.
Okay. Where's that?
Just need to get out of the current home and get a new place as soon as possible.
Okay. Gotcha. What have you talked to any other realtors about getting out of your current home?
No, not yet. Have a lot of stuff going on right now, actually, Eric. I know we definitely need to sell our home, but we're needing to find a new place sooner the better.
Okay. Tell me a little more about that. What kind of stuff you got going on, Pete?
Well, not to get too heavy on you, Eric, but we unfortunately had a bad situation with one of our kids who passed away, and it's just not something that the wife and I can handle staying in the house any longer.
Okay. Yeah. Are you doing all right with that Pete? I mean, that's just, I mean, that sucks.
Yes, it does. No, it's yeah, we're just trying to get all of our ducks in a row. But something that we know we need to do, part of the process, but it'll be much better for us the sooner we can find a new place.
Okay, get a fresh start. Okay, that's understandable, Pete. I don't want to, intrude if you're busy. Is there a better time that I can call back and help you out with this?
Thank you. It's not something that we're looking forward to, obviously, but it's something that needs to happen. So, maybe I could just I'll shoot you an email, let you know what it is that I'm looking for, and maybe you can give me a call back early next week.
Absolutely. Yeah, I can do that. And then if you have any questions in the meantime, Pete, don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me a text.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
So, Eric, why'd you go down that hole? As far as not talking more.
Why didn't I go down that hole?
Yeah, why didn't you guys talk more? Walk me through the thought process there.
Yeah. If he is like actually in the stages of planning a funeral, and I didn't want to dig into it that much, I'm going to take his word for it at that face value. I know he needs to sell, he wants to sell, he wants to buy, and I could tell in his voice he's very eager to get the process started, but I don't know what all he has going on right now, but I don't want to be intrusive in that. And I've talked to people that are, the funeral's the next day, and them and their siblings are looking at how to sell mom and dad's, home that they lived in for 35 years.
Right.
And I don't know, just didn't feel right, I guess.
Pete, in your scenario, do you know how long ago this happened?
It just said that child had died and need to move ASAP. And the reason moving also is just to be closer to family. So I think it varies on the situation. Divorces are difficult, but not the end of the world. Parents dying are difficult, but reality. A child death is definitely something difficult to deal with. So I think it's definitely, it might have been worthwhile to maybe try to get a little bit more information initially coming from a place of help, in that, hey, I don't want to take a lot of your time right now, but I would love to get a search or something set up for you so we can start this process. I think that might have been worthwhile, but definitely I don't think it's a bad thing in that very specific situation to be very cognizant of how the person is on the phone and set up a later time to speak with them.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, obviously, if it's soon, however, we don't know how long ago it was, and this is probably going to come across very salesy. And I don't mean this to come across salesy. I mean this in the respect that we are here to help people. I think if something were very recent, Pete's voice would have cracked, or he's probably not answering the phone. More than likely, this is something that's already been some time, just judging by the way that Pete had talked about it. Even the highest D in the world talking about their kids is getting emotional, no matter what. And I've had friends that have lost kids, and it's a hugely emotional time, and it sucks. And the whole point of this exercise today isn't to sell more houses. It's how to connect to people and really feel the pain they're going through so we can serve better and we can be better people. The last thing I ever want to hear out of anybody's mouth is, oh, yeah, sorry to hear that. What do you need to sell? I probably would put my hands through the wall and strangle you guys if I ever heard you say that, something like that. And I hear a lot of this industry say that all the time, and I can't stand it. So personally, Eric, I think I would have maybe chatted a little bit more, but I understand with where you went with that, for sure. What's your feedback to yourself, Eric?
Yeah, I don't know. Just that. I actually thought that I thought Pete was going to start crying, just acting this out. And also I feel like right after it happens, a lot of people, they'll get that phone call from a number that's not in their contacts, and they're answering that. I've called people who are like actually at a hospital and like, oh, I didn't recognize the number, so I just answered it. It's not a good time to talk. This is what's going on. Got it. I'll try back later. So I just didn't feel like it was right to dig.
Yep.
But yeah,
Nope.
I mean, there's no easy way to do this, and you only get experience over time because you'll run into them, but you know, not as nearly as others. So, or not as many as others. So, yeah.
Definitely. Pete, do you have any other feedback? Oh, I see your cat. I see your cat in the background. Nice. Cody or Ryan, you got anything?
The only thing I was going to add is, and this just echoes what you talked about, Jim, is really you're coming from a place of help. So
Yep.
even offering up, hey, what can I do to take something off your plate? Even asking that and sounding very genuine. Hey, okay, you got something to sell. You need to go someplace where, you're not reminded of your child because, the death order is now out of order in your family. Usually the parents are expected to go before the kids and grandparents before the parents. So I think coming from that place of help was very important. Jim, any other key takeaways before we sign off for the day?
Yeah, I think the big one is just try to help. Don't try to sell. Try to connect. Be a human being. Feel how that other person's feeling. Are the big ones. And Eric, you wanted to go through this today, so I didn't make it easy, man. As a new dad, talking to someone that lost a kid is going to affect you. It's going to kind of be a kick in the stomach. So that's why we wanted to go through it. And I think you probably could connect with that person a little bit more than I could right now. So. But yeah, I mean, that's all I really had. This feels like a really depressing episode of Leeds Geeks, but it's not meant to be. So.
Yeah, and that's the portion of vulnerability of life that we're all accustomed to as well. Pete, was there something else? Sorry.
Nope, coughing. Sorry.
All right. Well, from all of us to all of you, from Seattle, Washington, Fargo to wherever you're at, this has been the Leeds Geeks. Please join, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.